we are students from grade 12 and grade 11 of IGBIS. So here, my name is Frank.
My name is Aaron.
My name's Nick.
My name's Eamon.
So today, our first episode on our podcast will be discussing relevant football matters. International football is better than club football. Do we agree on that?
But in
Define.
what sense? You can't just say
Well,
always better.
I
In
think
what sense are you
international football, like currently, is more enjoyable than club football.
talking about? Like to watch or to play?
Give
Yeah.
like
'Cause, like,
example.
For example, right?
Yeah.
You would watch. Do you watch football regularly?
Sometimes, not regularly, but sometimes.
Premier League or sometimes.
Premier League, yeah.
But if it's like a big international tournament, like the
I'll
World
watch
Cup,
that. Yeah.
Euros,
Yeah, I'll
you'd
watch that.
for sure watch
I'll
that.
for sure
right?
watch that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's more unpredictable.
Yeah, but the thing is,
But you can also argue like because internationally we only have a few. We really have one event every 4 years.
well, that's why it's international
No, it's
football.
two years, though.
That's why
Actually-
that's why it's international
Sorry,
football. Everyone knows
two.
about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's all
guess.
like all people from different clubs join in to represent their country.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So would you say like I think it has more passion component in it? compared
It's
to
more
the-
Yeah,
passionate
but it's only
component.
for like when it's like big size, you know, like because
Okay.
when it's just
Yeah,
normal.
for example,
even if
AFCON, the Euros.
Okay, to be honest, no, who's watching AFCON?
AFCON, I watch AFCON.
You watch
Yeah,
AFCON?
you
watch
AFCON.
AFCON?
Yeah, respect me, bro.
Isn't
No, so exactly. So international football is not better.
I think international football
better in terms of what?
like entertainment. I think. Where,
I
like,
think okay,
viewership-
entertainment.
Yeah.
But like, the thing is, just football.
Yeah.
It's like it's football for both, but the thing is more entertainment towards
But you
the
see, like the players put on a much higher level of.
because it's towards their country.
Exactly.
I guess if you're
But-
from
Oh,
the
you mean
country,
like that.
I guess if you're from the country, it serves as more
It's-
entertainment, more. Damn.
They're more passionate about it
Yeah,
because you're
because
representing
you're-
your
yeah,
country.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's more entertaining.
But like for a country like where you're from, Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
So if Malaysia doesn't play, would you still? If Malaysia say doesn't play in one of the big tournaments, would you still watch it?
I'll still watch it, but like it's not the same like passion towards it, you know.
Uh huh.
That's true.
So if it's like playing in the Asian,
Yeah. If it's like the Asian, like the AFC,
Uh-huh.
I'll for sure like cheer on Malaysia. Like every game there is, I'll watch it.
okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah, you do.
This guy. Would you rather? What team do you support?
Who'd you rather?
What team? Like in general?
No, just like a club you support.
I don't really support any team, but like watching. I don't really watch. I don't have like a favorite team.
You don't have a favorite team?
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, I'm this question.
Do you have
Okay,
a
yeah,
No, no,
Is
yeah,
there-
yeah,
yeah,
you're our guest.
My favorite team is Real Madrid. I know it's controversial because of
Speak louder. Sorry.
because it's a controversial club because of the alleged
Spanish banners.
corruption and
Allegedly.
like
Allegedly.
Yeah. And we're also very hated because of our 15 UCLs and how we won them
Nobody.
and all of that.
Okay, so
But-
would you support? Okay, if
Yes.
South Korea played against Germany, which team are you supporting?
Well, I would be neutral because I'm from both countries.
This guy boring. Okay, so
But like,
would you
be
rather
happy?
Germany wins the World Cup
Yeah.
or Real Madrid wins the FIFA Club World? They win it every year already. There's no.
Okay, do we have another question for the guest
Yeah,
speaker?
new topic, new topic. new
No, no,
topic.
no, no. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Doping.
Oh yeah, no. What are your thoughts on doping for football?
Well, doping, if you get caught, you get banned. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
no, but like,
what's your-
should the rule be changed? Should we
No,
allow doping?
no,
Why?
no, why not?
because it enhances your performance and it's
Yeah, but if
Yeah,
everyone
but
does
there's a lot
it, yeah, my bad. If everyone does it, then it's standard.
yeah, but it's like it's not good for your body because of some biochemical stuff.
Elaborate.
Elaborate.
Sports science. Yeah.
I don't know,
yeah,
sports science, yeah.
Okay,
Why don't
yeah.
you talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, testosterone. Like, if you inject testosterone into yourself, then you'll have like, you know, you'll be better.
But what are the
Physically.
adverse effects of it?
Adverse effect?
Yeah.
Balding.
Really?
Yeah.
How are you
Balding?
balding when you have more
Balding.
testosterone?
No, because it's like DHT gets converted into, right? It's something like that. It converts, it loses your hair. Can you stop
I
laughing?
thought no, but I thought when you have
Okay.
more testosterone, you grow more hair.
For a beard, yeah. But
Yeah.
like this,
When, like your hair? No.
there's a different type of testosterone.
I don't know what it is, but like you start balding and your emotions are different.
But anyways, for the use of steroids, right? We already see this in different other sports, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We see
Specifically bodybuilding.
bodybuilding, yes.
But yeah, but the thing is, some people cop on like and like enhancements,
Uh-huh.
and then they hop off before like the competition, which is I think is okay.
How long does that take for it to get?
Like fully to get it out of your system for like 2-3 weeks.
But don't you lose all the muscle mass? But
No, you don't.
You don't?
I mean, if you have the same diet and you have the same training plan, then you keep it.
what I was thinking, right? Like football is not necessarily just like about muscle size.
Yeah, no, that's also
definitely.
true. Because the sports that do allow it, like bodybuilding, it
Yeah.
doesn't have any skill involved. It's just
Yeah,
technique, how to like not break your spine while having a barbell over
Lifting,
you.
or
Yeah.
even just your
Muscle
sheer muscle
size.
size.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
But the thing is, like, enhancements in football can help with like recovery. You know how long, like footballers like have like training a few times a week, right?
Yeah.
And recovery is like hard. You do like ice baths and everything. If you don't want to do that, then enhancements could, you know,
Potentially
help
replace
with
it.
But
that.
doesn't that mean it's a good thing for football? So that footballers can push themselves to the max,
to the max.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make
But
football
it-
more interesting to watch?
See,
But it's not your own ability because you take things that enhance your ability.
Yeah, but it's pushing yourself to the max, or any other
Well,
athlete.
you're not
to the
pushing
max.
yourself. The enhancements are pushing you to a certain.
Yeah, but then
But
there's,
as
a,
people
there's, a, there's a
should-
higher level of football.
You
but
really-
like times are changing, you know. Like, shouldn't
then-
we take advantage of the things that can make us better?
Yeah, it's like
Well,
a.
and
I
also,
agree,
right?
yes, we should.
You know, football is just not about like testosterone levels. It's not
Yeah.
about everything.
It's about
so
skill,
if
skill and-
everybody can play on the same like physical attributes, wouldn't that make football a more intelligent sport?
If you think about it, a lot of people are
It'd be more boring though.
but a lot of people are genetically disadvantaged in the first place.
Right, right.
So then wouldn't it make the playing field way more fair?
Imagine like, I don't know, Zidane on steroids.
Yeah.
He already has the brain.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has this vision. He
Yeah.
has the
Skill for it.
technique,
Yeah.
this skill. Imagine him on steroids. He will be
He'd be
so much more
crazy.
entertaining
Yeah.
to watch. Right?
But the thing is, if everyone is on steroids,
Uh-huh.
then wouldn't that level the playing field?
Or would that
Yeah,
also?
but-
that
but
would,
also
but that,
then-
that would also take away like
But wouldn't that be boring as well?
being
Like,
special. You know?
But then
Yeah,
creativity.
that-
Yeah, because
is true.
like imagine if instead of one
If
Messi,
everyone's-
there was everyone was Messi.
if everyone's like
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
then like
yeah.
what's the purpose of having
No,
different
but
people in
then-
different clubs?
Yeah, but
You
not
realize
everyone
steroids
uses
doesn't
enhancements
make
to do certain
steroids doesn't make you better. It just makes you more athletic.
It just makes
stronger.
it just
Yeah,
enhances
stronger,
your ability.
faster.
It
Yeah.
just makes you.
So, but
yeah.
football
But
is
it's
not
not your
all
brain.
about that. You know, there's also technique, which
Okay, I
you
see
see all
that.
these body. Like you, I don't know if you guys seen this. There's like a couple of bodybuilders. They're so big,
Yeah.
but their range of motion
Is
is
low.
so limited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
To the
because
point
of
where
how
they
much
can't
muscle
even
they
take
have.
off their own shirt.
That's
So
true.
would that be good for football?
No.
No.
Right?
Because
So
football requires different
If you're,
types
but
of
even if
skills.
you're training football with steroids in the first place, you're not gonna be training like a bodybuilder, so you're not gonna lose that range of motion.
I guess
The
you
thing
could
is,
say
when
that.
you're doing football, you don't train as a bodybuilder.
Yeah, you're training
As
for
a footballer.
cardio. You're gonna be
You're training
you're gonna
for
be bigger, but you're still gonna be extremely
Muscle
lean.
endurance. Why are you laughing? Okay, let's ask the guest speaker,
Yeah,
like, what do you
guess-
think
What
about
are your
this?
thoughts?
The thought on what?
Doping.
What we've been talking about.
Doping. So I feel like doping would be advantage in certain sports, right?
Yeah,
For
for
some
sure.
like bodybuilding, where like a lot of like I don't know athleticism
Yeah.
is needed. But in football, you need to. I feel like you need to work on your like skill sets
Yeah.
to improve and to do what you can.
But also, I feel like there's a
So
fact-
if like muscle is such a thing that doesn't matter, then why not just take steroids?
well, it
If
does.
that's,
to
ba-
some
that's basically
extent.
what you're saying.
Like, look
it's,
at-
it's something so like it's not a priority at all. So why can't we just take steroids?
Well, because it's.
I think there's another factor we need to consider is that like a lot of little kids look up to footballers. So do you really want little kids to
That
see
is true.
people taking
That is
steroids
true.
and then
But only if
following
they
their
know.
footsteps?
Only if they know about
Those
like.
who know.
Yeah, like these footballers have a very like.
But
they're
they have like
almost
a secret life though. Sometimes, most of the
They do,
times.
they do.
Very
There's
secret
there's a
life.
side that they don't show people. So
Yeah,
does that
exactly.
mean we can use?
So we
steroids?
never know if someone is on test.
I mean,
Or, like,
look at
uh,
bodybuilders. The
enhanced.
second they people find out they're fake natties, their
They
entire
lose their
reputation
whole
is ruined.
Yeah,
reputation.
exactly.
Yeah.
But if they just say they're on steroids straight away, then no one cares.
No one cares. But like now, I've seen videos like
Unless I think even if they say they need to like make it extremely clear of like the consequences of doing them.
Yeah.
yeah,
like
but
the
people
audience
don't care
know.
about that. People care about like the positives of taking steroids.
Yeah.
Like right now, this like recently, like there's more teenagers taking steroids because of the people who came out as taking steroids. Like, oh,
Like
I
all
want
the
to be
social
I wanna-
media.
Yeah,
Yeah.
social media. Like I want to look like that. I don't care about like the adverse effects,
Yeah.
but I want to look like my thing. Our next topic, biologically like women
Yeah.
in men's sports.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
not
but like
happening.
the argument now is because now you can take tests and you can take all these different things to make you more like a man if you're a woman.
But I don't
So
think
it's
it
also like it's weird to say like, oh, biologically you're weaker. It's just you're at a disadvantage. But then now you have all these chemicals that can make you on the same level.
But the
then,
thing is,
then the argument is like,
you can't be on the same level as like the same test as a man. I think.
Yeah,
what do they say?
My perspective is that I agree with you. You know, because like
in terms of sports, definitely for sure,
Yeah.
100%. Because a lot of the times it's about like their what do you call it?
like
keeping that.
you're like the
It's
chemicals, your
the
biomechanics.
puberty. Yeah, the puberty period is what matters the most as when you're developing as a human.
Yes.
Because I think if you're taking testosterone as a female, if you
Okay.
before puberty, if a girl starts taking testosterone before puberty, any signs of it,
Yeah.
I think she has the same potential as a male athlete. However, if you start taking testosterone after any part of puberty,
But the thing is, that means like the person has to decide.
which makes
their
it really
gender.
unethical for little kids
Yeah.
who doesn't even
No,
know.
like the range, since like there's a decrease in like when you get your puberty. Like right now it's like when you're 11 or something like that. That's like
I think so.
earliest.
That's
yeah,
the
right.
average age. Yeah.
Each year the puberty like age will decrease.
Where'd you get this study from?
Sports science.
All right.
Actually, I'm not sure.
Yeah, this guy.
I'll look it up.
Wait,
I think
Can we
I
see
think why?
any other topics? we can talk
Like,
about?
because evolution.
Possibly, I'm not sure.
I saw this article. It was like about some, like the average, like the maturity of teenagers are getting less and less mature.
No,
if you-
yeah, exactly.
If you look at like films from the 1970s, right?
Yeah.
There's evidence.
The
that
high
there's some-
schoolers they look like fully
Yeah, it looks
grown
like
men.
adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at us now. He doesn't
No,
have.
we don't all look at it like it.
The
Yeah, we
age of
don't,
puberty,
no.
especially female puberty, has been decreasing in Western cultures for decades now.
Huh? Decreasing.
Yeah.
decreasing.
So that means they're hitting puberty earlier.
Yeah.
Actually,
earlier.
no, that kind of makes sense. I mean, you ever see those reels?
What's our final decision on
Steroids.
steroids,
Use.
doping, transgender,
I think for me personally,
clubs?
what I take away from this is that if, for me personally, I think it would be more entertaining in terms of football. In terms of football, like entertainment value, I think it would be more interesting to watch. However, we can't ignore the negative side of things, which is the influence on the next generation and how some people, because you know these footballers, some of them are really influential
Yeah.
in society. I think that is something that
Yeah, so like giving the idea to kids that like, oh, they
It's
can't
normal,
become that
yeah.
good. They can't aspire to what they want to become unless they take this
Yeah,
thing,
right.
which is actively making them worse in the long run.
But the thing is, if they advertise
Unhealthy.
it, you know,
Huh?
if like the footballers advertise it, then
Yeah.
then like it becomes a problem.
But then it's really difficult.
But realistically,
to do
if
that,
people
yeah.
even know that they have steroids, they're gonna try and do the same thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Because that's such a big thing in itself.
for sure.
I think it's not ready for now. Society is like not educated enough on the effects of steroids on
Yeah.
people in the long term and how different
Yeah,
types of
true.
steroids are gonna affect people.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at what's his name?
Pogba.
No,
Who?
the like a bodybuilder.
Oh,
Like,
what's his
Zeus?
name? No,
He's in a wheelchair right now.
really?
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Wait, isn't it? Are you talking about the one that?
Ronnie Coleman.
He is dead.
No, he's not dead.
The black one.
The black guy.
Bald?
Yeah, bald.
I thought he
the,
lost
the
his
massive
alive.
guy. Yeah, he's alive. He's
I thought he died.
the massive guy. He's
I know
been
what you're talking about.
No, but people were
Yeah.
more inspired by like Sam Sulek and like.
yeah
what's
now, but like before, Ronnie Coleman was the guy. That
Yeah,
like
that's
the
true.
golden age. Basically, he was like I think
Was
he's
that in the 1970s or something?
90 something, 1980 something like that. And then basically he had like 2 surgeries on his spine
Yeah.
and stuff. Then he's like been in a wheelchair for like I don't know the whole 10 years.
He
And-
lost like so much weight, right?
Yeah, because he's hopped off steroids, and like he's been in a wheelchair because like, you know when you take steroids, your muscles like grow big and your tendons, like your muscles grow big, but your tendons don't.
Yeah. And your bone that
Oh.
also.
your bone I'm not sure if your bone increases, but for sure your muscle size increases. This could put a strain on your tendons, your
Yeah, yeah,
ligaments,
for sure.
and if you can like easily tear it.
Yeah.
You know, it could like.
And with lifting heavy weights.
Yeah,
it's
lifting
like
heavy
it
weights.
pushes you to the limits to
Yeah.
the point where.
That's like the downside. That's
Yeah.
literally like the negatives of it.
Because that's what I was saying. You know how like people are always afraid that with preacher curls you'll rip your bicep.
Yeah.
But apparently it only actually happens if you're taking steroids. Like it doesn't usually happen.
and warm up. Like if
If
you
you didn't warm up properly.
yeah,
Maybe you didn't warm up properly, but it
And
usually
heavyweight.
is not supposed to happen.
because it's like
Unless it's
ego
like
lifting.
unbelievably
Yeah,
heavy.
ego
Yeah, the
lifting.
thing is, yeah.
But for steroid users, it happens a lot.
Mhm.
because they lift too much than
For
what
their
their tendons can
tendons
hold.
and
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I think today we can just end it there.
Yeah.
So see you guys next week.
Those are our
Good
comments.
convo.
See ya.
Thank you.